Hey Spirit Intuitives, this is Kathy. I'm coming to you today because I recently just sat with my friend who I've known the past few years, and she's a psychic medium. And I've gone to a few other people before, but basically it was not like this time. And a few people read cards, or I had like a chakra clearing, which cleared away negativity from my past. I've done, other types of meditation, like with sound healing, vibrations, but I've never sat with a psychic just to read your own energy. And so today's topic is, should you go see a psychic? And I'm actually going to be blogging about this very soon on both of my blogs, so you can find me at spiritandbelief.com, Kathy Pickett, and mywarriorwritings.com, and I post on Twitter and other social media as well, so you can find me out there. But I am so grateful that I saw her, but it is different for everybody. And so basically what I want to say is, if you're kind of having some conflicting feelings about that, or you're skeptic, obviously you need to do some research and you have to do your own inner work first. I think that you should. That's more important. Don't just go on a whim. I'm sure we're all curious, but I think what you have to do is get rid of a lot of myths, which I'm a big myth buster, if anybody who's been following me, and I appreciate all of you who do. Thank you for finding my channel, and please, share my videos with your friends or anybody that you feel could need some spiritual tips or guidance, because we're all on this journey together. So what I did is, I have been thinking about this for quite a while, and she is well known. She's been doing this a very long time, and she's respected in this community and beyond. She has a local talk show. She also has a YouTube channel, and we've become close. So I would trust in the guidance that will come through. But you have to know for you, and that becomes tricky with people who, are a little unsure of this. And any psychic medium that you see, if something comes up where there's blockages, or spirits aren't coming through, if that's what your goal is, and there's a lot of tension, they will refund your money. So you need to be aware of that and not be taken with people who are just saying what you want to hear, or you're giving them too much information and they're just sort of answering you. So everybody does it a little bit differently. And my main reason in going to her was to hopefully connect with a third person and invoke warrior. And he was the subject of my book, Spirit and Belief. He was a former professional wrestler, to any of you who are new, and he went by the Ultimate Warrior. So I have written a lot about him, and we do have a spiritual connection. Now, his real name was James, and he did come through, and I had a few other family members that also gave me some messages. And it's interesting because you don't know exactly how it's going to go, and you have to release all expectations. You have to release outcomes. You can't just put, say, all your eggs in a basket and just hope on this one thing. But I really did want to connect with him because I had, some specific questions, and I didn't, say them that way. I thought, well, let's just see what transpires. And he did identify himself as James and said he was with Joe. Now, I don't know who Joe is, but I'm just assuming that it was maybe his grandpa or his dad. That's just my feeling on it. I couldn't make that connection, and there's things I don't know. But he said some things, and he is very, very happy that the book is out there, and he wants me to continue doing the vlogs, and he's very happy that I am honoring his legacy. And there were a lot more things. I'm not really going to get into all the details with that, but it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. He called himself a great big giant, which, hey, Andre the Giant was bigger, and there are lots of people bigger, but there were some funny things. And he said the word feathers, which she didn't know. And so he validated that when I get the feathers. And she saw a goose, I get goosebumps. And so there was a lot of validation. And so it was a beautiful time. And like I said, I had some more family members who came through. And there were things this woman wouldn't know. So it brings that out in you. And it could be things that you need to work on. It could be healing. A lot of it is that. And it could be things you weren't even aware of. So I just kept a very open heart and a very open mind. And I did have some specific things. She revealed my spirit guides' names, Sonia and Rose. And there were 2 of them. So how beautiful is that? And that was a question I had. I wanted to know if that would be a possibility as well of revealing any other guides' names. And so that helps, because then when I do meditation and that, now I'm going to invoke them and work with them more. So it was really very emotional and very, very overwhelming, and I do not regret 1 second of it. So, but you have to know what is right for you. And so there's lots of considerations. And I went to her house. I did not feel comfortable doing this at like a fair or a group where there was a lot of people. It's too much energy for me. And she told me I have a ton of energy. You just don't know it. A lot of it is psychic. But it explains a lot. And a lot of what she said really validates my journey and things that have been going on in my life. She did mention how I passed in a past life. But again, that's up to you with your belief systems. But it makes a lot of sense. And it really brought things, to the surface for me. I'm still looking up some things, some terms I was unsure of, but it really helps, and it was a beautiful thing. So you have to make that decision, but my advice to you would be, don't do things on a whim or just because. They're not predictions. So you can't give the psychic medium all of your power, where you're not making any decisions, where you expect the psychic to give you answers and feed you answers from the universe. No, that is not how it works. Okay, so we still have the free choice and the free will to make these decisions. And you have to be willing to do that. So a lot of people go to psychics for advice on personal relationships, whether that's love and romance or friendships, co-workers, anything with people, finances and money. And I've blogged about these 3, and that would be a biggie with a lot of people. And then the 3rd one is a career. So job prospects and work and all that. So, but they're not going to tell you what to do. There'll be little nudges, there'll be little inspired thoughts, but you already have to be open. And I would never, because I'm just so much of a planner, but I would never just go to somebody like that. I wouldn't. That's just me. But if you want to, and you feel called to do that, and you want to sit with somebody, and you want to have them read for you, that's fine. And people read different things. There's, palmistry. People even read seashells and dominoes, and they do all this other stuff. But I just wanted to be me and my energy. And she did a little bit of Reiki, and we held hands, and we took some deep breaths together. And then she just called forth, if anybody has messages, and to come forth. And then I would provide some information and ask my own questions. And so it was a beautiful time. But again, just do your research, do your homework. If you get with somebody who really, truly cares, they will respect that. They're not just out taking your money. And she gave me a huge discount because we're in the same spiritual group together. And it was more of a discount than I ever expected. And so it was quite profound. So if you were torn, just, keep those ideas in mind. And just keep an open mind. You can come with questions. You could be very, very, very specific, but don't necessarily think that you might get the answers that you expect. So it could be something even bigger and better, as it was for me, with some revelations. And you just have to detach from outcomes and just be calm and be relaxed and just, you know, whatever comes, comes. And then you take that information and use it to the best of your ability. So if anybody's on the fence about that, look at somebody's track record, look at other things about them, and or get to know them. See if you have a good match, a good vibrational match, and we did. And so it was a great time for me. So just keep that in your thought processes when you're searching for a psychic medium. And I never sat with anyone like that before, because like I said, they've read other things or I've done other experiences, but never just sitting with a psychic and just kind of reading your own energy. So it was worth it the whole time that we spent, and it was a beautiful time. So I understand there's a ton of skeptics out there and people that don't believe that people have these abilities. So I get it. I know it's a tough thing. But just trust your intuition, like I always say, and take some time. Take some time to really explore it and figure out how it's going to work for you. So I wish you all the best on your spiritual journey. Contact me. If you like this video, let me know. Give me some comments. I'm here. And I hope that you can find somebody that works for you. So enjoy this day, and namaste to all of you.